All right, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Like to give them honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, just want to do a swift lesson entitled Pride Month Justifies World War III. And that's the time we coming into pretty much Pride Month, which we know what it's associated with. And just that act, them expressing that abomination, it shows that that the Lord is going to rain fire upon this place. You know, matter of fact, let's get the scripture real quick. Let's just start off with the scripture that ultimately submit this place also being, spiritually Sodom. You know, America, Babylon the Great. And it's associated with that name because of the acts, of course, but also that name and those acts come with a judgment. And in this modern time, it's going to be via World War III. So let's get it. The book of 2 Peter 2 and verse 6, it reads, "In turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly." So when you go into it concerning, Sodom and Gomorrah, they was violently overthrown. And Lord, what we're going to get, the way they was overthrown, which was by the way of fire and brimstone coming from the heavens. But it said ultimately that scenario that took place, that event that happened of old times, ultimately it was really prophetic. And let's get this, matter of fact, let's get this word example, which goes back to an example. It's like a standard. You meet this, if you measure up to this certain standard, somebody get caught with a dirty pistol, that's 10 years. That's the standard. He scratched the serial number off. That's the standard. So now it's federal. So concerning these things that's going on today, it's going to be measured up. The judgment is going to meet the meat judgment is going to be with fire, and that's World War III. So let's see this word. The word example. It says a sign suggestive of anything, delineation of things, representation, figure, copy. It says an example for imitation. See, of the thing to be imitated. So it was something like a rehearsal, or you can call it a pre-game concerning that time of Sodom and Gomorrah, which that was an actual event that took place on the earth. There's documentaries on it. When you go into they got a feel for where that area is at because of the high concentration of sulfur, man. It says for a warning of a thing to be shunned. Yeah, because you go back in that times of old, and you see how they was living, and you see the results. Yahweh Shemel Shai violently overthrown this place. So matter of fact, let me just get this word example, just a regular definition. It says a thing characteristics of its kind, or illustrating a general rule. Yep. Because now this is Sodom and Gomorrah perfected. This is the perfection of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. And the neighbor cities about, because they of the in like manner, you know. And like I said, going into this lesson, because you know the time that we're in, coming to that Pride Month. So you know, if I'm gonna get a strike, I might as well try to get it now before June. You know what I mean? So I got a few articles. Just like I said, it's gonna be swift, and just it's just a case on why this place is gonna be violently overthrown. Is scriptures talk about certain landmass, a certain place being totally destroyed, which is Babylon the Great. Who else fit that the characteristic? Who else fit that mold? America, man. So this is the first article. This is from NBC News, and it reads: NBA player Dwayne Wade launches translatable an online community supporting transgender youth. And going back, as Sodom and Gomorrah was an example, let's get it. Matter of fact, let's go to Genesis, the 19th chapter. Because the Lord ain't got to go back and rewrite anything. No, everything played out for you see today. Because America is all these kingdoms, these empires, from the different acts to the different high holy days they acknowledge. It's all rolled up into one here, man. You know. So just going back to this article, it says that Dwayne Wade is is putting resources together to make an online site. So for the youth, let me put that out there for the youth. So this is the point. This is the book of I will start at the top. Matter of fact, let me go and start at the top. The point at verse 4. It says the doom of Sodom. And yeah, this is going to be here perfected. It says Genesis 19:1, there came two angels at Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. Meaning what? He was prophesying, man. Like Lot was just out there chilling, holding it down for the Sodomites. No, he was prophesying. It says, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. And he said, bow now, behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early, and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the streets all night. And he pressed upon them greatly. Yeah, because of the freaks come out at night, man. So how much more now? Because when it, really should scripture talk about get thee home without delay. That get home before the street lights turn on, spirit, because when it get dark, man, them demons come out. They already out broad day, but it's more heightened at night. And everything goes down here in Babylon the Great. It says, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned unto him and entered into his house, and he made them a feast and baked unleavened bread and did eat. But before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compares the house round about, both old and young, all the people at every quarter. So you had old and young Sodomites. And you seeing this today, con. You seeing old and Sodomites here today, especially the young Sodomites. It's a heavy push on that. You got these different cartoons. It began with SpongeBob. It was subliminal. Even the old Bugs Bunny cartoon wearing the dress, it was all subliminal. But now they full force coming to get the youth. So as you can see, even in the time of old, it was an example. You had old and young Sodomites trying to get the angels, man. But let me go back. Let me go back and read the title again. It says NBA great Dwayne Wade launches translatable and online community to empower transgender youth. So like, yeah, bear with me. Bear with me, Salakia. Khan. Okay, Khan. It says Wade's teen daughter, which is his son, Zaya, came out as transgender in 2020 in the midst of anti-trans legislation in Florida and other states that prompted many trans adults to flee the state. And yeah, and it was a heavy, like a flood, a dam have broken during, during the time of the crown, where it was a flood of tranny shit, man. You don't think it's time for destruction? Damn, but this shit getting old, man. But hey, this is all for prophecy. See, the Lord is making a point, man, that this is the most wickedest kingdom ever erected on all levels. From with every aspect of the law, this nigga went there against it. When you go into the dietary law, this nigga came up with a red lobster. He got a piggly wiggly, you know, even down to with the clothing, with the mixed fabrics. He's selling these. Yeah, it's 50% polyester mixed with, you know, he's taking it down on all levels concerning the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. This nigga far exceed, you know, the the acts of these nations of old, man. Now this is from foodgressing.com, and it reads, and I believe this is from this is a site in Colorado, but it reads, celebrate Pride Month with Denver's best deals and promotions. So as you can see, because of Pride Month, it's gonna be discounts and shit, you know, and promotions and certain deals, just because it's fucking Pride Month, man. It is this is their way of honoring the alphabet community. And we ain't got to go nowhere from that. This is another last article. Like I said, it's going to be swift. I just want to bring this out and just show that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to bring destruction, man. And this act, you know, right here, that in itself will bring forth World War III, man. You know? So this is this from apnews.com, and it reads, Pope apologizes after being quoted using vulgar term about gay men and talk about ban on gay priests. So as you can see, this is the Pope, which he's a sicko, but he supposed to be the guy that represents, the scriptures, and he supposed to be the leader, you know. He supposed to be a push for the scriptures. And you apologize to some homos, man. Which he called him a fagioni. Which when you go into it, let's see, yeah, it was in Italian, but let's just get the paragraph. It reads, Italian media on Monday had quoted unnamed Italian bishop in reporting that Francis jokingly used the term faggotness while speaking in Italian during the encounter. He had used the term in reaffirming the Vatican ban on allowing gay men to enter seminaries and be ordained priests. So you can see he tried to add certain restrictions, but you still giving them the okay to be a homo. You still joining them. You know, it was a few months back. You know, it was a bit controversial. The Pope came out and said it's not against the law. It's not a felony to be a homo. Well, according to the scriptures, it is, man. But that's pretty much it. And just going back, you know, it says Sodom and Gomorrah was set for an example. So you don't think why you got to put it together. The reason why World War III and it's coming together, man. You got the rise of this home, the Pride Month is coming is continuing to increase and becoming more and more unbearable, as well as you hearing more and more talks about World War III, man. So let's go on to the judgments, because ultimately this was Lot. Lot was at the gate. Lot was at the gate prophesying of this. Let's see, bear with me. Okay, Khan. This is Genesis 19 verse 23. It reads, then it's like the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Hey, and that's heavy too, because we still in that same spirit, because we in the night, which is the time of Esau. And that sun rising is really the return of Yahweh Shai, man. Talks about until the day dawn, that day start, But it said the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered into Zoar. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. So this was the fate of Sodom and Gomorrah. Fire and brimstone to come down from heaven, which Lot wasn't able to see that judgment. That's a reward to see that judgment, to witness that. That's why in this time talks about that in Psalms 91. We're going to see and behold the reward of the wicked. That's going to be a reward in itself, to witness that judgment. Because it talks about how Lot was vexed. Every day this man was constantly vexed. So he was driven to go out into the gates and prophesy that destruction. Same thing today. The Lord put the Spirit on to go and prophesy, of this rain of fire, man. So matter of fact, it says, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city, and that which grew upon the ground. See, what's going to happen to America is going to be wholly desolate. Nothing's going to spring up from here. Only thing that's going to be left is nothing. It's just going to be nothing but desert creatures that's going to dwell here. Well, that's what's going to happen to America. And like I said, it's different documentaries going into what the location of those cities, and how it have to be those cities because of the high concentrate of sulfur, man. Well, you ain't gonna be able to. You ain't like, well, in this time, it ain't like you're gonna be. Where's America? You gonna know where America was. You gonna know where it was, because it's gonna be a memorial. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick in the book of Job. I think it's the book of Job, the 18th chapter. Job 18, and this is going into his destruction. Who talking about Esau, the so-called white man, because he's the one that's behind this wickedness being promoted. Matter of fact, before I get to Job, let's get this real quick in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. And because you got to ask yourself, whenever, you probably, when you were younger, you probably had a cousin or son. He was a soft, he was a mo, and you beat him up. And that was every few in between. I mean, that went like a rampant thing. Now these motherfuckers all autistic. They were crazy. They under the influence of something, and gay, man. But where did it stem from? Esau, Edom. This is Wisdom Solomon 14:9. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. So you have the ungodly that bring forth the ungodliness. See, it had to be money put behind the LGBTQ. That wasn't just some niggas, some moles on the internet just getting together, man. It was there had to be money and resources put behind this, man. The wickedness that you see, the like I said, this man pretty much have attacked every aspect of the law and went there. You got to sell on pork today because it's the or nigga will say the 4th of July, and you know, you buy, if you buy 2 racks of ribs, you get the 3rd one free. You know, shit like that. He'll go there, man. When you go into, like I said, every aspect of the law, this man will take it there. So just going back from the point of Sodom and Gomorrah, that was just an example. This is the perfection of it, of you seeing the acts, and now we're going to see the perfection of the judgment as well. So let's get this Job 18 verse. I started 19. It reads, "He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwelling." And this is the Lord cutting them off. This is Yahweh saying he's not going to continue, because the line continues through the father, through the man. So you can see the Lord saying having neither son nor nephew, meaning he's not going to continue. He's going to be cut off. And what's going to do that? World War III, man. That's what's going to submit his destruction. That's going to submit his downfall. It says, "They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not the Most High." So you're gonna know where America was. It was gonna be, it's gonna be shown as an example of what not to do, man. You know, and it's gonna be eerie and shit. It's not gonna look like the Sahara Desert, man. It's gonna have a dark overtone to it. Talks about the screech owls. They might be making crazy noises and shit when they man come near. These certain animals got calls for certain, birds. They got a cat or something. They got a call for a cat. They got call for man too, man. So ain't no telling that might be a crazy screech, But this is going to be an example of what not to do, man. So let's see. Bear with me. Is that Saint Luke? That's what it was. The book of Saint Luke. We end off on this 17. Cause just going back, it said it rained fire and brimstone. Well, this is going to be the perfection of it in this time, by the way of World War III. You can also read that in I believe that's Revelation, the 9th chapter. Also, it might be the 16th chapter, I believe, as well. Matter of fact, let me just get it. Let me just go and get it. Keep that precept. Let me just go and get it. I believe it's Revelation 16. Shit. It's a lot. It probably is Revelation the 9th chapter. Going to that brimstone. Con. Yep. Revelation 9, because this is concerning World War III. Revelation 9, I start at verse 15. It reads, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day in the month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the third part of men is concerning the sons of perdition. Esau, the so-called white man. You have